Alrighty, now that the weather's cleared up a bit, I just wanted to do a little tour of our world before we potentially take it down or cannibalize it or do something with it, since this is the old version before Hearth and Home. So, yeah, up there you can see our portal room that Borfuden made. It's raised up on Earth, so it's totally impregnable, at least with how things stand these days. Um, it's circle, which is cool. What happened here? Oh, apparently a troll ate it. A couple of trolls ate it up here at some point. Um, yeah, anyway. So this is pretty awesome. You can't get in from out here at all. You have to take a portal in. Um, Now you can see down there, you can get a pretty good view of, starting from right to left, you can see our mead hall that Borfuden also made, with those circular turrets on each corner. Those each house a room for each of the four of us on this server. Um, it's still a work in progress. That's probably never going to get finished, but I was turning the wall into stone from the palisades, so you can kind of see the beginnings of that over there, but I only made it about a third of the way around, if that. Um, and you can see our little bonfire thing there, and our watchtower, cooking hall behind that, meadery over here with the beehives on top, and then our windmills, and our storage and crafting area is kind of there in the distance. We'll get a little closer look. We have a farm kind of down below as well, and then our dock. But yeah, this is kind of our main complex here, so let's go take a closer look. So yeah, let's maybe start down here at the dock. This is something I worked on, and I have to say I'm pretty darn proud of how it turned out. So if you end up falling in the water, after much work, because I don't know if you've ever built anything in Valheim in the water, but it is a pain in the behind, at least as it stands now. So to get this working was difficult, but yeah, I got these stairs that reach all the way down, so if you fall in, you can get out without drowning. And yeah, and this is the most efficient design I was able to come up with for docking boats, so that you don't have to like maneuver them into some tight area or anything like that. I just have a long stairway here, and yeah, it seems to work super duper well. And we've got our two long boats here with a crafting table so that it can be repaired. And then over here, we're gonna go out in the world, get our resources, come back with ore, and stuff like that. Mostly it's ore because you can't take that through portals. And then we've got these two of the newer blast furnaces, which don't fit in my building, which is pretty frustrating, to be honest. I didn't know when I built the building that they were going to be so much bigger. So they live out here for now, and that is what it is. And then we've got our sort of industrial scale smelting and charcoal situation here, which has been very effective. And then this portal we can activate to go directly to where we farm wood. And then, so that can just pop straight in, bring over tons of wood, go back over. That's been very effective. But yeah, we can pump out so much ore. It's pretty amazing. Okay, in here, obviously our crafting area. Got all our spinners, all of that to make fabric. Our fully upgraded workbench, fully upgraded forge. And as we work up here, this is our storage area. All meticulously labeled. full of mostly large chests at this point. This is something I also designed, and it works pretty darn well. And once again, we've got this portal here that we can kind of connect to wherever. If we're coming back with a bunch of things, we can just come directly here rather than having to transfer through the portal room. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll just start from over here and work our way around. Again, this is our mead room. Nothing super fancy, but it gets the job done. Go up the stairs, you got the bees on top. And then you can look down there at our windmills. And then that's the stone wall I was working on. Oh yeah, and then I made this fun little nonsensical balcony thing here just to overlook the sea, and I think it's pretty fun. I also kind of like my design of those three roofs there, the sort of gabled look. Okay, moving along. This is our cooking area, sort of kitchen. This was obviously before all the Hearth and Home updates, so we don't have all those fancy new things. But yeah, a whole bunch of places to cook things over these hearths, which is super effective. Cauldrons, all that. And then this bonfire is pretty fun. Sort of like being at camp, an amphitheater or something. Okay, and then heading on down here is our farming area. We had some misadventures with the farming animals. They escaped, broke things, got attacked, but I don't know, it didn't work out. So we'll have to re-evaluate that design. But all this farming seems to work quite well. So this is kind of where we do that. This is our old boathouse that I upgraded, but we still have our smaller boat there, at least for now. Okay, and then on into the meat hall. So this is our grand hall. I just added this cartography table, but otherwise it's all the original stuff, none of the new fancy things. And we never did quite fill the, we were probably going to add some more tables, probably fill them with some item stands and stuff, but we all kind of ran out of steam. Also thinking at the time that Hearth and Home was coming, shortly, but that ended up being like 6-8 months later, so. But yeah, we got our thrones, and then we each have a room which are basically identical, so I'll just show you mine. Just got our big bed up here. And you can kind of look down and see. It's pretty awesome looking. Borfuden really did an incredible job on this structure for sure, given the limitations of the physics of this game and what you can do with stone as of when he built it. Okay, and I'll give you a quick show of the portal room, and then maybe one or two of our other out bases. So this is what it looks like on the inside. It's pretty cool, right? All labeled up above, which works super well, because then when those light up, they light up the name. How about we will check out, well, how about the plains? Because that's our plain farming situation. Which, now that I think about it, might get me killed. So I didn't eat any food before we came out and did this. Let's see if we have anything here. So this is just one of a sample of Borfuden's sort of catch-all. No food. Sort of out little mini base that we've copied a number of places. But this is our little safe harbor here next to the plains, because you don't want to build right on the plains because the plains are terrible. And then we made this fancy road here to protect the route between the two, which is totally unnecessary but kind of fun anyway. And did a complete stone encircled farm area building off of this existing stone tower here that was, you know, already here. We just kind of built it up a little bit. Yeah, and then here's our grain farm. We don't do anything small on this server. Guess I could just take you up here to kind of show you the plains real quick, but there's not anything terribly exciting.
Oh, no.
And it's raining because it's always raining. Alrighty. Well, looks like maybe I won't die, which is nice. Because if any goblins spawn, I will absolutely die. My 25 hit points. Yeah, it is a real bummer that we couldn't just keep building off of this world. We knew it was a strong possibility, of course, when we created it, but I was really hoping. But when they created those new areas, they said to take advantage of them, you really have to start a new world. So this one's going to have to probably go away, which makes me very sad. But we also learned a lot of things as we created this, so stuff we would do differently, of course. And for frame rate reasons, this area I wouldn't probably do quite so much manipulation of the ground. Although I guess they've fixed that a little bit, so it doesn't mess it up quite so badly. But yeah, it's pretty brutal. When I first load in, it drops me down to 5 frames per second for like a minute. It's pretty bad. Nope, don't care about him. There we go. So yeah, this is just a existing stone castle ruin in the mountain here that Borfuden took upon himself to build up, turn into a working base for us to go take on the dragon and mine silver and stuff like that. It was pretty effective. We got the dragon down, so it worked. Obviously, it's been a little while since we've played here. All of the fires are out. Okay, and we've nearly finished the tour. I think I might just go for nostalgia's sake, possibly take a quick peek at our grove where we grow all of our wood. Oh, which actually at the moment is connected to a different. So I guess we'll go home. Freaking rain. Okay, this is just a little cabin we made in the Black Forest ages ago. Kind of just as a base of operations. Whoa! And yeah, here's our grove where we farm all of our wood that we need. We did it originally in near our base, and that just dropped the frame rates to just unbelievably low levels. So that couldn't work. So I cleared this area and created this grove. So we just come through here, clear cut it, get a crap ton of wood, which we then mostly feed into the charcoal burners. And yeah, it lets us do whatever we want to do. It's been really effective. Alrighty, well I think that pretty well covers our world. You can kind of see we did some significant exploration, but we didn't ever make it to Yagluth. At the time we stopped playing, he was apparently pretty buggy and there just wasn't a whole lot of reason to do him, so we just didn't really feel the need. But we did some good work in this swamp up here. We went a little crazy, got a lot of iron, explored all around. Of course, you know, this was before the cryptography, or the cryptography table, or cartography table, not cryptography, Jesus. Anyway, before the cartography table, so we couldn't share all of our different explorations, so I know between us, we've definitely explored a bit more than this, but this is what I've seen of this world, which is pretty substantial. It's a lot of hours for sure. And we downed the dragon there, that was where the mountain base was. And then we've got several little extra out bases around. There's where Bone Mass was, we have a portal right to him. Which we originally sailed to, but then created this portal over here because he was all the way down the other end of the swamp from where we put our base, so that was not great. Yeah, we got our Elder Boss kind of close to our home, which is right here. He's just down here, right across the water. And then Eikthyr, of course, also is close by, as he always is. And our merchant, we finally found a way to grab over here after much searching, and then